How you doing? My name is AJ Fratto from Geneva, New York. I'm 42 years old. I'm the father of three and the husband to one. I was born January 24th in the year of our Lord, 1974. And I presently live in Pensacola, Florida. I am the figurehead and the lead vocalist for a group slash band slash charitable entertainment group called AJ's Bravehearts. And we like to help everything and everybody we can. Helping people and pets with the power and the love of music is what we do. And we do our best to accommodate all kinds of folks. We are simply a little group of musicians, just a few little notes in the big sheet of music, such as all of us. You know, we all are just little notes in the big sheet of music. But we put band-aids on things. You know, we're not a big business. We're never going to be. We're just a bunch of people who love to help other people. I like to consider myself the 21st century Robin Hood. You know, in small doses. We've helped the Jane Foundation, which was started by the coach of the New York Giants, Tom Coughlin, who used to coach Boston College, and he had a player who passed away from leukemia, and they do all kinds of things to help people. So the J Fund is one thing that we've contributed to so far. The Ronald McDonald House, Loaves and Fishes Soup Kitchens, things of that nature, underprivileged children, to get instruments for underprivileged children, inner city youth, service dogs. You know, we want to help, you know, service animals that were abused and turn them into service animals for not just military folks, but first responders such as cops, EMT workers, firemen, you know, things of that nature. And so just a little bit of everything. We try to cover just about everything. And music is a universal tool to help people make them feel good about themselves, and that's what we use as the vehicle to do so.
That's really great. Can you explain to me any type of situation how you've seen music has influenced your personality?
I could definitely say music, as far as an influence on me and my personality, honestly, music has saved my life. I think it saves a lot of people's lives. You know, it doesn't matter how you're afflicted, what you're afflicted with. Something about music, not just for entertainment value or because you're hypnotized by the artist that's performing the music, but a certain song, a certain way it sounds, a certain harmony, certain words, lyrics that make you feel connected to that particular kind of music, genre, sound, whatever the case may be. And the way I say it, the reason I say it is it saved my life, because when you're, you know, pretty much like praying, when the world has brought you to your knees, you're in the perfect position to pray. Well, for me, it's that, but also to listen to music that motivates me, music that brings me up, music that makes me feel that I can get through anything. You know, especially when it comes to things like when I first met your mom, and the first time I kissed her, first time I hugged her, first time I held her hand. And anytime I'm angry with her and I'm like, oh, I've had enough of this after 20 years, I hear something or think of something. We really should have turned the dryer off
That's okay.
before we did this.
That's okay.
But when I hear something that makes me think of her, I get sentimental, my chin starts to shake, and I fall in love with her all over again. Same thing with you and your brother and sister. As crazy as you might make me or I make you, if I hear something of when you were born, or when you went to your first dance, or the first time we went to the movies together, and it sticks in my mind. Music in general saved my life because it took away the pain of whatever it was that was afflicting me. And though it's temporary, it's still better than nothing. And it continues to help me and save me as life goes on, and you continue to try to better yourself. So that's what I would say. Music isn't just something I listen to. It's not just something that you know, is either here or there. It's definitely as big a part of my life as the blood that flows through my veins.
All right. Can you give me a specific song or a specific group of people that you listen to whenever things get rough to pick you up, that sort of thing?
Wow. Well, when it comes to my mom, or my mom or my parents, I remember being little and listening to 8 tracks and hearing the Beatles or the Rolling Stones or the Doors or Janis Joplin or Jimi Hendrix or all the Motown sound, the Temptations, Otis Redding, the Four Tops, Clarence Carter. The list goes on and on and on. And Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Smokey himself. And the one band that really sticks out in my mind, especially now, it's like it regurgitated back into my adult life, and I remember when I was real little, was Vanilla Fudge. They did a version of a song called Keep Me Hanging On, which was originally a Supreme song, but they put these big B3 Hammond organs in there and big rock guitar and big drums, and it was just very, very, very emotional, and for me, very therapeutic. So a song, whether it would be a band or people I know, like I said, my mom, or I said, your mom, who I married, if I hear our wedding song or any song from when we first started dating, it like makes my knees weak. It makes me tear. It makes my chin shake, in a good way, not a bad way, and not just because I miss it, because you can't go back. But sometimes it's nice to have those things in your mind that can make you feel so thankful for what you've had, no matter how tough things have been, either with your own personality, which mine has been very, you know, up and down, and to know that people still love you regardless of your circumstances, even if you're kind of like me, a wild animal. It's nice to know that people still love you, and music probably draws them to me, like it, probably draws your ma to me, or you guys to me in certain ways. It makes you forgive me for whatever I did, because you hear something like, oh, I love my dad. Yeah, he's a jerk sometimes, but I love him. The song makes me think of when he's a good guy. But for me, it makes me realize and appreciate what I have. You, your brother, your sister, your mom, all my family, all my relatives, all my friends. And sometimes folks, even when you say, I'll never talk to them again, you'll hear something or you'll see a photo and be like, maybe I shouldn't be that way. I'm a better person than that. So, yeah.
That's good. Okay, I have one last question for you. You were talking about how whenever we listen to music, and if we've gone through rough patches with you, or if you've gone through rough patches with us, then you want to be the better person because of whatever song or whoever band you're listening to. It influences that.
Mm-hmm.
So how has music brought those people into your life, like my mother, or different people that you've met through music? How has that changed you?
Well, people, music, it's all kind of like I was saying, when I met your mom, I remember the perfume she wore, I remember the clothes she was wearing, I remember how she was standing. Well, in your mom's case, she was dancing. I'm like, wow, that girl's hot. And, but I could remember the music, and the first song I heard when I first saw your mom was a song called Runaway, which was kind of like a dance song. It goes, run away if you want to survive. But I can't even say it because it'll make me cry. Even though that's really not my kind of music. I'm not a dance guy. I was just looking for hot girls. But I'll never forget, I was a student. I was going through air crew school, and I saw your mom. She didn't like me. She thought I was arrogant. But I'll never forget the song and her dancing, and she wasn't paying attention to me, but I was paying attention to her. Yeah.
So besides people personally in your life, like my mother, who have a very personal relationship with you, how about the people who are more famous like you are?
Well, I'm not famous.
Well, you're famous, more famous than I am, but like Tom Kiefer.
Okay.
Explain to me about your relationship with Tom Kiefer and how that's
let's get
changed
something
you.
straight. I was fortunate to have an opportunity, and I'll assess it like this. Some people, all they dream about is being a football player, but the best way to describe it is a baseball player, because there's single A ball, and there's double A ball, and there's triple A ball, and then there's the big time, the big stadiums. I got to play. I went right from the single A to the big time for a little bit of time, and it was a taste. It wasn't very long, but it was enough to know my hard work paid off. And you meet a lot of people. And in that world that you want to be a part of so bad, you realize the grass is not greener on the other side. Those people that were on your walls as a little kid may disappoint you. I was fortunate with a guy like Tom Kiefer. He's not just an amazing musician, he's an integral man, a respectable man who loves his family, and he's dedicated to his family, and he's very dedicated also to every single person that loves what he creates. And that's a beautiful thing. That's really a beautiful thing. He's a very special person, and he's one of the, I don't want to say one of the very few, because I would never want to seem like I'm discounting other good people, because there are lots of great people in the world. But whether it's music, it's sports, it's politics, it's religion, whatever the case may be, there's good folks, there's okay folks, and there's not so okay folks. So I'll kind of plead the fifth on a lot of things, but I will say he is one of the most loving, respectable, caring people I've ever met in my life, and I was blessed just to have an opportunity to be a part of his team.
That's really great. Okay, thank you.